Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something really fascinating. It's right at the intersection of AI and manufacturing. We are talking about Europe's very first industrial AI cloud. This is a huge collaboration, a really big deal between Nvidia and Deutsche Telekom, based right there in Germany. Our mission today really is to unpack how this initiative, it was just announced, June 16th, 2025, how it's set to transform manufacturing. What does this actually mean for the future, for how things get made, cars, machines, everything? And I think the key takeaway right up front is this isn't just about faster tech or tweaking efficiency a bit. It's really about fundamentally reimagining how products are designed, developed, and built from the ground up.
Yeah, and what's really compelling, I think, is the strategic location. Germany, it's such a powerhouse in manufacturing, isn't it?
Absolutely. You think BMW, Mercedes-Benz,
yeah,
giant?
Exactly. Those big names, but also that deep industrial heritage, precision engineering. It makes sense. And connecting that to the bigger picture, this partnership, Nvidia, the AI hardware leader, and Deutsche Telekom, the telecom giant. It's just crucial. It's a really critical move in Germany's wider push for what they're calling technological sovereignty.
Right, controlling their own tech destiny.
Precisely. The goal is owning more of their tech future, reducing reliance on, outside solutions, and critically staying competitive, maintaining that edge in the global AI race. It's a very clear strategic statement from them.
Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts. This AI factory itself, what's actually powering it? What's the core infrastructure look like?
Well, at its heart, this factory run by Deutsche Telekom, remember, it's basically an immense computing engine. We're talking 10,000 Nvidia Blackwell GPUs, graphics processing units.
10,000, wow.
Yeah, and these aren't your standard GPUs. Think of them as the supercomputers driving AI. They process billions of data points simultaneously. It's like this vast digital brain learning from everything, sensors, robots, materials, tests, all at once.
Okay.
And within that setup, you've got specialized systems like the DGX B200 and RTX PRO servers. These are built specifically for those really complex real-time AI tasks that modern manufacturing needs, simulating production lines, training robots, that kind of thing.
So with that kind of sheer processing power, what are the big applications? What transformations will manufacturers actually see?
Right, that's the key question. So you've got capabilities like digital twins. Many people have heard of these. But here, it's more than just a static model. It's a living, breathing, virtual clone of something real, maybe a whole car engine, or even an entire factory setup.
A dynamic clone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So engineers can test, say, hundreds of different material combinations or aerodynamic designs digitally in a single day. They can tweak and refine before making anything physical. Cuts costs, it cuts time.
Yeah.
But it also allows for much bolder experimentation, stuff that was maybe too risky or expensive before. You could get real breakthroughs.
And what about robotics?
Yeah. AI-driven robotics. They can handle jobs that are incredibly complex or maybe too dangerous for humans. Think assembling tiny, intricate components with near-human dexterity or moving massive, heavy parts safely across the floor.
Okay.
The efficiency and safety gains are huge, sure, but it also frees up the human workers, lets them focus on more creative tasks, complex problem solving.
And simulations, you mentioned those earlier.
Yes, simulations are a massive part of this. This AI cloud lets companies map out their entire production lines virtually. They can model every single step, find bottlenecks before they happen, optimize workflows, even predict potential problems.
So predictive agility.
Exactly. Imagine seeing a potential supply chain issue coming, or a shift in demand, and being able to adjust your whole production line virtually before it hits the real world.
Yeah.
That creates incredible resilience. And, as you might guess, it also helps shrink their carbon footprint. Less trial and error means less wasted energy and materials.
It sounds incredibly powerful. But often these big tech initiatives, they feel like they're just for the huge corporations. Is this different? Can, say, small businesses or startups actually get access to this? Or is it mainly the BMWs and Mercedes of the world?
That's a really important point, and actually one of the best parts of this rollout. No, it's explicitly designed for, well, democratized access. Small and medium-sized businesses, the famous German Mittelstand, the backbone of their economy, plus startups, even universities.
Okay.
They can all tap into the exact same high-end AI computing power that used to be reserved for the absolute giants.
That really levels the playing field.
It absolutely does. It fosters innovation across the whole industrial ecosystem, not just at the very top.
And the government is backing this strongly too, right? There's a significant state subsidy involved.
Yes, a 35% state subsidy from the German government.
Wow, 35%. That's serious commitment.
It is, and it's more than just money. It's a loud, clear signal. It shows just how committed Germany is to building its own advanced AI infrastructure. It's a strategic, long-term investment in their industrial future. They're actively enabling innovation.
Let's touch briefly on the tech stack underneath all this.
Yeah.
Beyond just the GPUs, what software makes this industrial AI cloud work?
Right, so within that high-performance computing environment, you have some key software layers. Nvidia's CUDA-X libraries are crucial. Think of these as a powerful toolkit, like pre-built software blocks. They let developers quickly build AI applications for things like visual inspection on the production line, predictive maintenance for machines, or training robots new tasks. Speeds things up massively.
And Nvidia Omniverse, I've heard that mentioned.
Yes, Omniverse is another big piece. It's basically a platform for real-time, collaborative 3D simulation. So you can have engineers, designers, maybe even people from different companies, all working together on the same virtual prototype in a shared 3D space.
Seeing changes instantly.
Exactly. And importantly, it integrates smoothly with software people are already using tools from partners like Siemens and ANSYS for advanced design and engineering. So it all plugs together, creating this really formidable setup for industrial innovation.
And it sounds like the bosses are pretty excited too. The CEOs of Deutsche Telekom and Nvidia. What's their take?
Oh, definitely. The enthusiasm is clear. Timotheus Hatjes, Deutsche Telekom CEO, he put it very directly. He said something like, "We must seize the opportunities of artificial intelligence now, revolutionize our industry, secure a leading position." He stressed quick decisions and collaboration. You can hear the urgency.
Right, seize the moment.
And Jensen Huang, NVIDIA CEO, he echoed that. He talked about enabling simulation-first, AI-driven manufacturing. That highlights the shift. Simulation isn't just a tool anymore. It's leading the whole design and production process.
And you see this buzz beyond the execs, too. On social media, people are talking about Germany aiming for potentially 100,000 GPUs with that subsidy and pointing out that BMW, Mercedes, even Maserati and Schaeffler are involved already. The industry is clearly paying attention.
Absolutely. Looking forward, the potential impact here is just enormous. This AI cloud is really expected to accelerate AI adoption right across manufacturing. We're talking factories that aren't just smarter, but sharper, more adaptive, more creative. And if you zoom out, connect it to the bigger picture again. This could genuinely position Germany as a leading global hub for these AI-driven industrial breakthroughs.
Which would just attract that investment, attract talent.
Exactly. A kind of virtuous cycle of innovation and growth.
It all sounds incredibly positive. But is there any discussion around the reliance on NVIDIA, a U.S. company? How does that square with the goal of, technological sovereignty we talked about earlier?
That's a really critical point. And yes, it's definitely part of the conversation. It's an ongoing debate. The benefits of this powerful partnership are clear. They're immediate. But it does raise questions about that balance, the balance between leveraging, best-in-class technology from partners wherever they are versus strengthening purely local European capabilities.
That balancing act.
It's a pragmatic approach, maybe.
Yeah.
Advance quickly now using top tools, but keep that long-term goal of more independence in view.
Makes sense. And the ambition doesn't stop here, does it? There are plans to scale this up significantly.
That's right. The potential plan is to scale up to 100,000 GPUs by 2027.
100,000 GPUs.
Yeah. I mean, if that happens, it would be one of the world's largest AI computing setups, period. And the impact would ripple out far beyond just manufacturing into, well, potentially all sorts of industries.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it feels safe to say this Nvidia Deutsche Telekom partnership is genuinely monumental for European manufacturing. It really is much more than just a tech upgrade.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fundamental reimagining of how industry works, how things are designed, made, optimized. It sets a totally new benchmark for AI in industry. It pushes the boundaries of what everyone thought was possible.
So here's a final thought for you, our listeners, to maybe mull over. As we head towards this AI-driven, simulation-first future in manufacturing, How might that change the products we use every day? And maybe even change the nature of work itself, say, in the next 5 or 10 years. Definitely keep an eye on Germany's progress here. It's going to be absolutely fascinating to watch unfold.
Thank you for listening to AI ConvoCast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.